Brothers, I hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. And today we have to talk about Donald Trump going scorched earth yesterday on the Democrats, the media, and really immigration as it has existed in this country for a long time. So we're going to be reading this post from Donald Trump where he comes out of nowhere and just excoriates everyone. You ready? Here we go. Let me get this into place. Okay, so we got this from the real Donald Trump. This is Donald Trump's account. This isn't a parody account. A very happy Thanksgiving salutation to all our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country. He's being a little passive aggressive. Little passive aggressive. But it says, salutations to all of our great American citizens and patriots who have been so nice in allowing our country to be divided, disrupted, carved up, murdered, beaten, mugged, and laughed at, along with certain other foolish countries throughout the world, for being politically correct and just plain stupid when it comes to immigration. The official United States foreign population stands at 53 million people per the census, most of which are on welfare from failed nations or from prisons, mental institutions, gangs, or drug cartels. They and their children are supported through massive payments from patriotic American citizens who, because of their beautiful hearts, do not want to openly complain or cause trouble in any way, shape, or form. They put up with what has happened to our country, but it's eating them alive to do so. A migrant earning $30,000 with a green card will get roughly $50,000 yearly in yearly benefits for their family. The real migrant population is much higher. This refugee burden is the leading cause of social dysfunction in America, something that did not exist after World War II. Failed schools, high crime, urban decay, overcrowded hospitals, housing shortages, and large deficits. As an example, hundreds of thousands of refugees from Somalia are completely taking over the once great state of Minnesota. Somalian gangs are roving the streets looking for prey as our wonderful people stay locked in their apartments and houses, hoping against hope that they will be left alone. The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz. Oh. Let me read that again. The seriously retarded governor of Minnesota, Tim Walz, does nothing, either through fear, incompetence, or both, while the worst congressman slash woman in our country, Ilhan Omar, always wrapped in her swaddling hijab. Trump is not messing around. And who probably came into the country illegally, and that you are not allowed to marry your brother. Gosh. Does nothing but hatefully complain about our country, its constitution, and how badly she is treated when her place of origin is a decadent, backwards, and crime ridden nation, which is essentially not even a country for lack of government, military, police, schools. Even as we have progressed technologically, immigration policy has eroded those gains and living conditions for many. I will permanently pause migration from all third world countries to allow the U.S. system to fully recover. terminate all of the millions of Biden illegal admissions, including those signed by Sleepy Joe Biden's auto pen, and remove anyone who is not a net asset to the United States or is incapable of loving our country, and all federal benefits and subsidies to non citizens of our country, denaturalize migrants who undermine domestic tranquility, and deport any foreign national who is a public charge, security risk, or non-compatible with Western civilization. These goals will be pursued with the aim of achieving a major reduction in illegal and disruptive populations, including those admitted through unauthorized and illegal auto pen approval. Only reverse migration can fully cure this problem. Other than that, happy Thanksgiving to all, except those who hate, steal, murder, and destroy everything that America stands for. You won't be here for long. Oh, I voted for this. This is everything that I could have wanted. Now, this is what Trump was elected on, partially. It's a big part of it. I don't know why it took us so long to get here. I don't know why it's taken a better part of a year. But I like where Trump's at. I like the message that he's putting out there. Yeah, I agree with this completely. I think this is something that needs to be done, and I think it needs to be done now. I think Trump needs to stop listening to lobbyists and these people in the Silicon Valley. He needs to stop listening to these tech oligarchs, and he needs to start deporting these people. Trump recently got in trouble because he was talking about H-1B and saying America doesn't have the cards. They don't have the talent, which is bullshit. It's absolutely bullshit. Now, if you want to bring in like 10, 20, 30, 40, even 50 people that are like the best in the world at a particular field and have those people teach Americans, fine. If it's like building chips or doing something like that, sure, bring in 10, 20 people who are great, who can teach, others how to do it in America. But it doesn't seem like that's the way that it's been. It seems like, people from 7-Eleven are bringing in Indians to work for, the same type of jobs that Americans could work. It's, the whole thing is absurd. Yeah, I agree with him 100%. This is something that I think is a problem that is metastasized and manifested in a number of different ways. I've talked about housing. You want to know why housing is so immensely expensive? Housing is so expensive is one of the reasons is because we have an influx of people that shouldn't be here. You are competing with people that shouldn't be here, and those people, unlike you, are getting government assistance. So they're able to pool their resources more. And by the way, a lot of these people are in families. So you, on your own, you're an individual. You're dealing with a family of people that are all on government assistance, all siphoning money from the government. They're all getting paychecks and stuff, and then they're pooling their resources, and then they're outbidding you. So your tax dollars are going towards your own destruction and erasure. And I think that needs to stop. And I'm glad this is where Trump is at the moment. I hope he doesn't back down from this one bit. And in fact, I hope that he goes further. I hope that he goes further. I mean, this is a great, great statement from Trump. Let's see what people are saying, though. Let's see. Is President Trump the best ever? Thank you, President Trump. This is an all-time tweet from President Trump. I agree. I agree with Jeremy Greggs. That's true. How hard I pronounce F and fuck yeah, I voted for this. True. Yeah. This is what I voted for. Not the H-1B shit. I voted for this. Let's see. The IT mates H1B. Okay. Important reminder. Reminder. If the migrants sneaking across our border look like this, liberal women would form the SS overnight. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Yeah, if they were attractive blonde women with blue eyes, yeah, they would. You're just going to celebrate Thanksgiving on stolen land, conquered. Yeah, people are having fun in the comments. People are having fun. In response to this, but this is yeah, this is what we need right now. This sort of energy, this sort of determination. We need to get these people out, and I think that Trump halting migration. By the way, there's no doubt that if Trump follows through with any of this stuff, there are going to be liberal courts and activist judges that are going crazy, going absolutely crazy. They're going to be like, you can't do that. But no, he can. And unfortunately for Trump, if he wants to solve all these problems, what he's going to have to do is something that he doesn't want to do. In fact, none of us want to do. But what Trump is going to have to do is he's going to have to use his power as the president to identify the fact that our country is compromised by a lot of people on the left and some people on the right. And he's going to have to go in and arrest these judges, round them up, politicians. This Abraham Lincoln basically did that. Oh, we're going to suspend habeas corpus. We're going to go after these judges. We're going to go after these people, and that's what he's going to have to do if he wants to fix this. Because the way that the system is currently working is we have activists on the bench that are trying to undermine all of the efforts to fix this country. Basically, Trump is going to have to be more of a dictator, which is exactly what I voted for. I voted for him to go in and order 66 these Democrats. Basically go in, you know, maybe not execute them, but give them a pink slip, give them, hey, you're done, you're out of the government, you're out of, fire them. Fire them, get them out, charge them. These people should be brought up on charges. Sedition, insurrection, whatever you want to, these people that fomented chaos, went after Trump, went after his allies, went after the American people. Yeah, these people need to be punished and they need to be removed from their positions and removed from society. But yeah, that's what Trump is going to have to do if he wants to get all this stuff done. He's going to have to be a transformational president. But I think honestly, Trump wanted to exist in the system. That's what he wanted more than anything. He wanted to exist in the system. I don't think he was the great disruptor that people thought that he wanted to be. I think that he, I honestly think that Trump wanted to be the guy that was liked by the media and liked by Democrats and liked by Republicans. And it just so happens the left is so far gone mentally that it didn't happen that way, and he had to become the fighter. But yeah, I hope that whoever comes after Trump is able to really capitalize on this and realize what needs to be done in order to fix this country. But we'll take what we can get, and this is definitely the right direction. I like the fact he called Tim Walz retarded. That's pretty freaking hysterical. You know, and yeah, I think the prescription for this country is that you're gonna have to start doing things that in normal times you wouldn't want to do. Asmongold wouldn't want to do it. I wouldn't want to do it. Nobody would want to do it. But the reality is, you need to start making these leftist work camps. You need to get these leftists out of civilization. These Karens and these incels, these beta males, these far left agitators. You need to get them in a work camp and away from civilization where they can cause the maximal amount of damage. These are people without purpose. These are directionless people. And they're spending all their time and energy in destroying the things that have made this country great rather than trying to innovate and build. And the moment that you get like 2 to 5% of the population out, gone, you're going to notice a market increase in productivity and things that are being created. Once you get these freaks out of there, things are going to start to heal and improve. And I can't wait for that. I hope that actually does happen. Do I think it's going to happen? No. But do I hope it happens? Yes. Anyway, brothers, I want to thank you for watching. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. And I'll see you next time.